very early on they lose Drew, and that's a big thing for the task force. What can you share about how that changes the stakes for them as they go forward?
It was interesting because story-wise, it's still quite early in the assembling of this team, so they don't actually have that much history with each other. But when he died, the impact was so heavy.
Mm.
It was very tangible. And I think for me personally, I kind of went, "Oh, this is what it feels like to be in a high pressure cooker situation with people where the immediacy of everything is a heavy burden." And I was a little shocked at that. When Eric was giving Blythe was giving his speech towards the end, and the plaque goes on the wall. I
Mm.
was moved
Mm.
because I think that kind of echoed what actually does happen in real life. People do lose their lives in the line of duty and that kind of thing. And probably the reality of that hit me.
I mean that's a great answer. I think it's to the point that it's early on in the formation of the task force. These are characters who largely are fueled by their confidence and or cockiness. And I think it's a great almost, I mean, not to be too on the nose with what happens to Drew, but it's almost like a bullet to the chest that does not make you impervious
Oh, that was
to
good.
good job. I watched that one. It doesn't make you impervious to defeat or destruction or failure, you know? Uh, but we are seeing these characters who often do, especially Meacham's a great example, they ride on confidence and cockiness quite heavily. Even in TV land, that doesn't mean that you're safe from harm. And I think it's very strategically placed by Derek in the story at that point, because so much more of what's to come and the worst of what's to come is ahead of us. And right before that kicks off, the reminder is just because you're on this task force, just because your characters we're focusing on in this show, it doesn't mean that nothing bad is going to happen to you. And hopefully that's a thrilling element to the show that people will appreciate and enjoy when they're watching it.